Welcome to our call tonight, you guys. So this is slightly different. We have our team calls every Monday night at 8:30 Eastern. And once a month, we decided that we are going to be having a call where we tell you guys more about the coaching opportunity. So you can invite people that you think would be awesome on our team to join us. This is recorded, so you can send us out to people. And it's really just a time for a little bit of awareness of what we do, how we earn money, the perks of coaching, what we love about it, and a little bit too of our stories. And so you have me as one of your hosts tonight. I'm Samantha Holly. And then you also have Fernanda Mendiola and Elizabeth Freeman. So the three of us are going to be sharing throughout the night. And if you guys have any questions while we're chatting, feel free to just type it in the chat. Otherwise, we're going to share stories, what we do, perks, a little bit about how we earn money, and then how to get started in case you want to get started with us. So without further ado, I'll share my story. I started coaching you guys 8 years ago in October, 8.5, in October of 2013. I started coaching, and I started because I was in a really unhealthy cycle with everything, but really with food. I would really restrict my calories and then end up binging. I would try and out exercise like all of the calories that I was eating. And it just ultimately led me to, I wasn't even skinny, but I would call it like a skinny fat. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't super toned, I wasn't lean or overweight, but it just wasn't a good place, especially mentally. I was obsessed with the scale in a very negative way. And so at the same time, I was working full time at General Electric. I was a project lead. And while that was a very cool job, and I always saw myself working in the corporate world, and I even got to travel abroad for that job, I was still living paycheck to paycheck with my student loans. And I remember I could barely afford like a bottle of wine on a Friday night. And so I was like, I need another job. And I actually tried babysitting. There is, if any of you lived in Albany, there is this Albany area helpwanted.com, like that whole thing was an advertisement on the radio. And I applied for that. I ended up getting a babysitting position just because I wanted some extra money. And that was at the same exact time that I decided to try TurboFire, which is an old school DVD. Now it's on VOD, but old school. And I fell in love. It was my first time working out at home versus at a gym, which I would spend like 2 hours, and these workouts were like 30 to 45 minutes. The trainer was incredible and just so inspiring. And for the first time, I remember after 1 week, I felt better. After 2 weeks, I remember looking in the mirror and I looked better. And after 3 weeks, I weighed myself daily, but like Fridays was my day to judge myself on like how I was doing the progress. And that Friday, I completely forgot to weigh myself. And I was like, not only that, but I didn't feel the need to weigh myself. I just felt so good that it didn't matter what the number was. And that was when I was like, I need to share this with other people. So that's when I decided to become a coach, because I wanted to help other women, specifically those that could relate to my story. Also, I saw my coach going on tons of free trips, all inclusive, and like working out and hanging out with the celebrity trainers. It was awesome. And I needed the money, as I just said. So those are the three reasons that I signed up, and we'll talk about money later on, but it's been so incredible. I'm still here 8.5 years later, even though I told myself that I would give myself 6 months of just going all in, doing what my coach told me to do. And if I didn't like it or didn't earn my money back, I would quit. But here I am leading this call for you guys. So that's a little bit about me. Let's do Fernanda. Do you want to go next? Okay, go for it.
Hi, everybody. Okay, I don't know. I'm out here at the baseball field, so this is like multitask right now. Okay, so I've been coaching for a little over a year. Well, I could say maybe a year exactly, probably, yeah, a year. When I first started, my goal was literally to get out of 200s. I was 238, and my goal was to lose weight, to get out of 200. That was just my goal. 200s was my little goal that I had, which to you, you're probably like, no, girl, that wasn't little. It was little to me because I know I could do it. And I just wanted to get healthier, feel healthier, lose the weight. I wanted to feel more confident, more, yeah, just more confident overall. Being a stay-at-home mom all the time, it's kind of hard having that confidence within just the home base when I don't ever really go out. And I know that like I shouldn't seek outside for confidence, but my outside, what I did here with coaching, that boosted up my confidence a lot, and not only within myself, but within my business as well. Um, the reason I signed up was just exactly that. As a coach, a month in, I was like, I feel great. I look great. I looked great, even though I only lost 8 pounds. I looked great in my eyes. I looked great. And I was like, I feel great. And I was like, I want to share this. And I was, challenged to post a picture of when I first started, before and after, and I didn't. I posted a picture of me and my baby at the beach, but in the caption, I felt all the emotions of coaching. Like I was like, I want to coach. I want to help you guys feel better. And when I shared that, I felt like I put myself out there, even though it wasn't a picture of a before and after, but that picture meant so much to me. I can even picture that day at the beach when I took that picture. Um, I started working the business when I had the baby most of the time, like at home. I mean, even though she's still at home, but like I breastfed 24/7 all the time. So I took the time that she would like feed for a little bit. I took those times and I called it power minutes. So you probably know power hours. I knew power minutes at that time. And the older ones were at school. I have 4 kids. So the older ones were at school, and I would take advantage of the time that the kids were at school to get the power minutes in. Um, what we're going to be doing in this mentorship is um, basically you're not going to need any experience. We're all going to teach you here how to start. And I'm sure you ladies, some of you already have started, but every day I think we take a lot with little things that are given to us daily. And even though like there are things that we already know, we are still learning to put those in every day. So um, the main activities on our to-do list will include, connecting, finding those people, finding our tribe, finding the vibes that we seek through stories, that we seek through conversations. Um, I will say that I actually kind of started conversating and connecting a lot on a mom app, Peanut app. I actually have a group that I am getting to know a lot more through the Peanut app. Um, Even though like I kind of transfer them kind of to Instagram, but they connect with me. Like they come and invite me to get back on the Peanut app. I neglect it a little bit, but they come and find me, and those are the people that I'm connecting with. So the Peanut, I definitely building conversations, building, connecting with people. I think that's like the way to start conversations, but not feel like it's a gross invite. Because when you're connecting honestly, truthfully with somebody and finding that connection and finding your tribe, I think those invites don't come out like salesy or gross or any of those things. So I think, I mean, we're going to be teaching everybody here how to connect. And I know I have a hard time connecting, but as you guys see, I'm connecting with you guys. And this is the same way you're going to be taught to connect with other people as well. So, yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. So Fernanda's been a coach for a little bit over here. She just had her, what'd you call it? A fit anniversary, I think.
Fit Annie.
Fit Annie, that's what it was. Yeah, and she's just been doing amazing and killing it. Even though with connections, I just want to point out too that the Peanut app, if you don't know, it's like kind of like Tinder for moms, but you don't date, you just kind of hang out with other moms. I saw some people be like, what is that? So that's like a different app that you can connect with other moms. Obviously, Instagram is huge, Facebook is still huge, Snapchat. I feel like I'm too old for Snapchat, but all those things are where you can find your people and connect with them and then invite them to learn more about what we do. So, Elizabeth, let's hear from you a little bit about your story and the perks of coaching.
Okay, so like Fernanda, I've been a coach for a little bit over a year. And so I I had been I had bod. I think I've had bod since like 2018. And I never ever completed a program. I would like start it and then fizzle. Start one and then fizzle. And I, like Sam, I had this really toxic cycle of just like trying all these different diets to look a certain way. And then there were these quick fixes that just weren't working. And it was really ruining my self esteem and confidence in myself. And that was while I was in college. I graduated college in 2019. And so then when I graduated, I started law school about fall, and I graduate in 3 weeks, by the way. And anyway, so I started law school, and that was it's hard. Elle Woods is right, it's hard. And I needed something outside of school to give me an identity, even something that added to my life that was healthy and that was going to keep me sane. And Sam kind of said it perfectly. I wasn't like overweight, but I wasn't like toned or like skinny or anything. It was, you described it as like skinny fat. And I wanted to be not that. I wanted to be regularly exercising, feeling good about my body, feeling confident in my skin. And so when 2020 happened, everything went to crap. And that's when in quarantine, I was like, okay, I'm going to actually stick with the program. And I did. And I think it was MBF, which I started day one today. So I haven't done it since then. And I stuck it out through and through. And I was like, oh my gosh, look at these results just by showing up every single day. So I did that starting in August of 2020, did MBF, Lift 4, all of those. And then in November, I had lost like 20 pounds and I was just feeling my absolute best. I had dumped a boyfriend that sucked. I was really on a high of like, yes, ma'am, all confidence right here. And so at that point, and I had an Instagram that I was like having for accountability for myself, but it was private. Like nobody followed. Sam followed it. I let Sam follow it. And she was like, Elizabeth, you got to be a coach. I was like, maybe. And then I really thought about it and I was like, why the heck not? Really and truly, I thought, why the heck not? Because then as I started to get into it, I realized the community of it all and just like being more engaged in the process. And so here I am a little bit over a year later, still committed to it, still loving it. It helps me stay accountable in my own journey. Because I show up on my Instagram daily. Not only that, but it's just like I haven't met anybody on here in person, but like y'all are my friends. And I think that's really cool. So that's just like, I mean, that's a huge perk of it all. And then another perk would just be the fact that, and I think Sam will talk maybe more about this, but like all-inclusive trips that are ever so often. And I earned next year's trip. So I'm super pumped about that. And you get to bring a guest with you. So that's really cool. So that's one of the perks that you can like earn those trips. Obviously I talked about the community and the extra income, which Sam will also talk about that. And for me, as a law student, I don't work. And so for me, this pays for my gas, that extra Starbucks drink when I need that pick me up almost every day. It's little things like that for me that's made the biggest difference. And let's see what else. There's also just like little incentives that that Beachbody does that gives you like the whole success starter thing where you get to be in test groups for new programs, and um the events like Summit where you get to work out with the celebrity trainers and other events like that. And yeah, I don't know. It's awesome. And it's one of those things where you just have to be like, why the heck not? And I'm glad I'm still here and still doing it. So that's what I got.
Perfect. And you're so right. It's like, why not? Like literally worst case scenario, you get healthy and fit. You're still a part of an amazing community. That's worst case. Best case, you get healthy and fit. You're part of a community. You earn money. You go on all the trips. You like do all the things that you have ever wanted to do and more. It's like truly the first thing. Back to what Fernanda said about our business activity tracker, we have like a to-do list that we'll send you when you sign up as a coach. And the first thing that we focus on as a coach is ourselves, our own health, our own fitness, our own mindset, all of that. So I think that's really unique for a business to put all of the emphasis on us. And then once we are filled up, then we can go inspire others. So love that. All right, so let's talk money. I feel like no one ever wants to say that they signed up to coach for the income, but I totally did. I had no idea what the impact would be. I truly was looking for like $150 a month. And I don't know why I chose that number, honestly, because it was just a random number where I had over $100,000 in student loan debt. And I was like, that would be helpful. I'll just put it right towards that, right? And so my first 4 weeks, I made nothing, even though I was doing all of the activities. 4 weeks, I made nothing. Week 5, I sold a Shakeology sampler pack, which I earned $4.99. And then week 6, I earned $150 because I signed up 3 people. And so even though it took me 6 weeks to achieve that, I earned that in 1 week. And I was like, this is my goal for the whole month. Like the whole month, I was like, I want to earn this. And I did it in 1 week. And so I became really competitive with myself just to keep improving, to try and match that and to keep growing. And the following week, I probably made like 60, and then it was 80, and then it was 0, and then it was 250, right? So this is not a salary job. It's very cyclical based on the effort that you put in and the consistency that you put that effort in for. And over time, it can be it can be whatever you want it to be. When I first started, I wanted that 150 a month, had no intentions of quitting my full-time job. I even told my upline coach, I'm not going to be one of your girls that coaches full-time. Like that's just not for me. I'm a corporate girl. And here I am, after 2 years, I ended up earning enough to quit that job, but it was the consistent effort over time. And it was very cyclical in the beginning, like I just said, but after a year and a half of being consistent and putting in the work and helping 3 to 5 people every month, which isn't a lot. I remember my coach telling me that that was the goal. And I remember telling my sister, who is now a coach, that I was confident that I could help 3 people my first month and maybe the second month. And after that, I had no idea. I was just going to be like, it is what it is type of thing. But it's much easier said than done, especially with our to-do list. And after doing that for a year and a half, I matched what I was earning at my full-time job, which I was earning at the time, like $63,000 a year. And so I was like, oh, like I could coach full-time. Like if I wanted, like that could be an option. And it was at the same time that I went on my very first trip, which was to Cancun, Mexico. And I show up there. It's my first resort ever, all-inclusive resort too. And I was like blown away at like, you're handed a drink as soon as you walk in. It's just like, it's parties and like, it's just incredible. And when I walk in, I expected it to be just like the top coaches, right? But it wasn't. It was so many different types of women and men. It was women that were like heavier than me and also much skinnier than me, and women that were older and younger than me, and just like all walks of life, like college kids, like 22 years old, that made enough right away with coaching that they never even attempted a full-time job. And then also 60-year-olds that were coaching full-time. And then lots of people that were just doing this for fun. right? They have no intention of working, of coaching full time. It was just a little extra perk that they worked towards. And so that was when I was like, wow, like this could be a full-time job if I wanted it to be, but I was very nervous to leave a secure income. And so I waited 6 months. And within that time, I at least maintained, if not grew my income. And that's when I decided to coach full time. And I share that story to point out two things. One, this can totally be something fun that you do on the side. Like Elizabeth, going to law school, doing all these things. This pays for her gas and her Starbucks and like all of that. And that's incredible. Or if you do have the intention to make this a full-time income, it takes work, it takes time, but you can do that too. And so the ways that we make money, number one, well, so there's 7 different ways. I'm going to go over 2 because the rest you'll learn as you sign up with the coach with our team. Number one, though, we earn 25% commission. So this is commission off of any product that we have. But the coolest part about coaching, I think, is that with a lot of companies that sell products, you make the sale, right? Like you would sign up with them and then that's it. I remember being at the New Leader Conference a couple years into coaching, and someone on stage said the difference between a coach and other distributors is that our job doesn't end when we make the sale, that's when it starts. And I loved that because once someone invests in us as their coach, that's when we add them into a group. That's when we check in with them. That's when we really help them feel their best. So all of that, we earn 25% commission off of anything that they purchase. And then we also earn weekly bonuses if you choose to build a team, and then quarterly bonuses as well once your team starts to grow. So those are massive bonuses that I won't, you ask us in a DM and we can share with you. We just got the quarter 1 bonuses, but I should also say the income disclaimer at this time that no money is guaranteed. And it truly does depend on your work ethic, your coachability of how much you absorb from us and are willing to learn from us, how consistent you are with putting in that work. And over time, the income will be there. So that is income. In terms of how much it is to get started, lots of different options. The basic fee to get started is $39.95 to start a business, which is insane. So I have my MBA and we like took a ton of classes on like franchises and starting up your business. And it is wildly expensive to start your own business. But with coaching, it's just $40 to invest to sign up as a coach. Everything comes with that. Your inventory, we don't have to stock any inventory, all of our websites, coach relations who deal with all of our customers that have questions and whatnot. So that's how you get started. But with that $40, you don't get anything. So I truthfully will say like 99.9% of our girls or men, but mostly girls, get signed up with our total solution pack, which is a year of our workouts, supplements of your choice, usually a VIP early access program, a couple extra goodies like a water bottle, and that is $159 if you're not including any discount codes or coupon codes. And that $40 fee is waived, so $159. Now, some of you guys you've already got a pack, and so all you would have to pay is that $40 and you'd be active right away. We can get your supplements for 25% off. That's another perk too. You save 25% on everything. And the only required recurring fee is $16 a month. And that doesn't start until next month. So say you signed up today, in 1 month, that's when you would be charged the $16, unless you choose to get more supplements and whatnot. But that's the only required recurring fee. And then you can start coaching, you get added into our training, and our training started this week. So if you are interested in getting signed up with us, now is the time to jump right in. You will learn in there everything that we've talked about and how to do it. Right? You're not supposed to know right now how to connect, how to find people, what the Peanut app is. You're not supposed to know any of that. We teach you what it is, how to do it best for you, because even though we're all coaches, we're all so very different and will attract different people and different energies. So we teach you how to do that. And then last but not least, we do have a full money back guarantee. So if you want to sign up and then you hate it and you hate our tribe and you hate the workouts and everything, you can return everything for free. I don't think I, at least in my 8.5 years, have ever had any coach sign up that didn't love their progress and our team. But there is that, if you wanted to give yourself a little cushion, like I did with my 6 months of let's see what happens type of thing. Last but not least, I think I just said that with the full money back guarantee. But last but not least, we have the training that started this week that I mentioned. That is a 5-day mentorship that goes over the basics and gets your business up and running. And then after that, we do have an internship where we will lead you through everything of what to post on social media, how to post it, a deeper dive into expanding your network and what does it mean to get the team cycle bonuses, right? What does it mean to grow your team and how do you do that? And so we'll do a deep dive into that. So we are here for you as your upline coaches, as much or as little as you want us to be, I always say. And then we do have weekly team calls every Monday and corporate calls as well. So there's always a way to feel connected with others on our team and others in our organization. We are always sharing and caring and cheering each other on. So that is what we've got for you guys tonight. If you guys have any questions, please reach out to the coach that invited you to this call. And if you want to learn more about anything that we specifically talked about, then you can reach out as well about that. And we hope to see you in our team page. And thank you so much for being here tonight and for watching the recording. Thank you, Elizabeth, too, and Fernanda for sharing. Bye, you guys. Have a good night.